What is up with all this? Is this a gift? Is this a threat? I don't know who did this, but it is noisy. And as a cranky old man, I cannot have any of this nonsense on my lawn. Welcome back to Hitchhikers SMP. I'm glad you're here, because it is exciting times today. I plan to finally get my life together by setting myself up a proper storage area here in the abandoned fuel tank. If you're new here, I'd like to give you a special welcome. Many of you guys stumbled across me through my recent shorts clips, and I think that's really cool. I'll be doing my best to keep the good times coming. And of course, all you old subscribers deserve attention too. I'd also like to say I love you guys. I'm always so thrilled to have you guys here for the adventures. Also, sorry for spamming you guys with all the shorts clips. I've been running back through old videos to find fun parts to clip out, and it's turned up a lot of cool new people. Hopefully you're enjoying them. What is this? I didn't even notice it with all that junk laying around. Ooh, nice. Mangrove logs. These are not really fun to harvest, so thank you. That's probably from Midgen. I helped her out the other day fixing her mangrove tree farm. There was some trouble with the TNT dupers. You know what this mangrove wood might look great with? Rusty's shop. Ooh, yeah. Maybe one to the side. Oh, yeah. Rusty, get on that. So we put together a couple big trees on stream the other day after spending much of that time fixing audio issues. Special thanks to everyone who hung in there while I got that sorted out. It's been a long time since I've streamed, so I inevitably had a pretty big pile of bugs to sweep out. I wanted to start putting even bigger trees around spawn, and this one is barely bigger than this one over here. It's only like 2 or 3 blocks higher. It's definitely not the tallest tree that'll eventually be here. I'd like to make some that are quite large. Not like 100 blocks tall or anything, but you know, I'd like it to be maybe up to here-ish. I don't know, maybe another 10 or 20 blocks up. I decided to mix things up and go with mangrove leaves on this one, and I'm happier with it than I expected. I thought it would just look terribly out of place, but I think in the mix it'll be pretty good. I'm still working on my tree technique, but I don't totally hate this one. And then we got this one over here, and I was going for more of a low, archy type of tree. I'm not sure if I want to bring this one up taller, but we'll see how it goes. I'll probably finish this one on stream. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it with this one, but I'd like to start making trees that are a little more droopier, with like leaves that kind of hang down a bit. It'll probably take me a little longer to get the technique down for that, though. I did mean to record time lapses for these trees, but I totally forgot because I'm a stream noob. I hope to be streaming a lot more, but I don't know what type of schedule I'll be going for, so make sure to click my notification bell to know when I go live. I really love your company, and believe it or not, you guys are a big help. Look forward to hanging out with you guys again. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Let's get to some work. Last time we put together this cobble farm so we can craft up a bunch of pistons and observers for the storage tank project. I loaded it up with shulker boxes, I built a chunk loader for the spawn area to keep things running, and it has been making us tons of cobble. As you can see, the grab chests are completely full. The shulker loader is empty, but the output is full. Every box is full of cobble. Honestly, I'm not even sure if we need this much. Let's go ahead and fill this shulker loader back up. Got plenty for a while now. And we're going to need to take 3 for our project. Yes. Back to work you go, Mr. Cobble Machine. That used up all the rest of the shulker shells I had on me, so we're going to have to go get some more. Now, conveniently, I have moved the portal for spawn over here. I haven't done anything with it yet, but the portal should be here since that's where the new spawn point is. So anyway, let's go get some more shulker boxes. Oh, and before that, actually, we need to stop off at Curtis's Hoglin farm for leather. Oh, okay, yeah, there's enough. I need 6 stacks of leather for item frames. Then we are going to need 12 stacks of shulker shells. Hopefully the farm has enough sitting here. We'll see. Sweet. We have exactly 12 stacks of shells. That's perfect. But I do want to refill my portable stock, so I'm going to hang out for a minute here and take 13 stacks with me. Ah, yeah, that didn't take long. Now we need sticks. That's it. That's easy, because the witch farm is just about overflowing with them. And that is a really good thing, because we need 48 stacks. I'm just going to take 2 boxes. Now that may seem like an absurd amount of sticks and leather. If that's what you think, I think you're right. Because we need enough item frames to label every single shulker box that will be in here. Or at least every item slot. I've got all the materials for it gathered up right here. No, this is one slice of the storage chamber. And it is going to have 48 columns. So 48 of these. Each slice will store 8 different item types. And it will make use of a barrel and a shulker to go with it. Now the shulker is for quick access stuff. So this box will potentially be just partially filled. And full boxes of that item will go in the barrel that's assigned to it. Now you may notice that there's a little more than just barrels and shulkers in this box too, because of course I can't just make it simple. I'm actually going to have it so that the shulkers will be sitting on the wall with a piston that'll be activated by a button. And when you push the button, it will pop the shulker off the wall at you. I actually have Exumavoid to thank for this. He made a similar storage setup last season on Hermitcraft, and I was inspired by that, and I wanted to take it a little bit further, and you'll see what I mean. I took a second to stop here because this is probably the best view that you're ever going to get at it. After it's built, there's just no good way to look at any of this. So what's going on here is I'm making a hallway up in here. It's just going to be rectangular inside there, and there's going to be 8 barrels and 8 shulkers that you can access in there. Actually, I should probably put the shulkers in there. So the shulkers are going to be sitting in these slots here, and you'll be able to access them here, as well as there being a barrel next to them dedicated to each one. So let's say this one was for cobblestone. You'd put your cobble in here, and then you'd put any boxes full of cobble in this barrel here. If you want this shulker here, yeah, you could mine it out, but you could have a little bit more fun by pushing the button, and it will pop itself out at you. Now, some of these are pretty easy to understand. Now, unlike chests, barrels can take power. So when you push this button, it goes through the repeater to this block to this piston, and it punches it out. But all of the rest of them, you may notice, look very strange. So for instance, this one here, that barrel gets powered, which powers this piston, which pushes this redstone block, which then powers this piston, which shoves a regular block down to update this piston while it's being bud powered by that block. I'm going to take a minute to try to quickly explain how bud powering or quasi-connectivity works. Let's say we have a piston here. If we power it from straight above, it moves. Now, if we power it from one block above, it's sort of powered. What it needs is an update. If you throw any block next to it while it's powered one block above or diagonally, it will fire. And you notice this piston never moved after that happened because the updating block was removed before the power source was removed. If you remove the power source and then update it, it closes. Let's see that again. We'll use the diagonal method this time. So it's being indirectly powered here, and then we update it, and there you see it move. Now, we can keep updating it, and nothing happens because it's being powered here by quasi-connectivity. If we remove the power source, nothing happens. If we update it again, piston closes. And this works regardless of which direction the piston is facing. And it doesn't matter which axis we're working with. It works just like that too. So what does that have to do with this? Well, what's going on is this block is being pushed over that to indirectly power it, and this block here is supplying the update. Similar stuff going on up here. This barrel gets powered, this torch gets unpowered, this observer sees that, it powers this block, and it shoves this piston while powering this block. This block supplies the indirect power to this piston, and this piston supplies the update for this piston. And then it pulls back when the barrel is unpowered. Similarly down here, this barrel will get powered to indirectly power this and directly power this. This piston will update this piston to shove this block down where the observer will see it. The observer will power this block to push this piston up and pop that shulker out. This is just simple redstone. It's that part of the episode where I go off and do something else because I'm bored and have anxiety over finishing things when I should. I found out Rusty was the one who left all that junk in my tank. So we're going to go give him a gift. So as you guys probably know, skulk sensors can detect player sounds, including your walking sounds. Shriekers are activated by skulk sensors. If you didn't have a skulk sensor, this shrieker will never do anything unless you walk on it. So to set these things off remotely, you want to have a skulk sensor nearby. This is essentially what Rusty did to us, but we're going to do it better. Now you see, this is making particles. If we had another one here, you can see that the particles that it makes it's being blocked by this block above it. So to keep it from being detected, we want to make sure that there's something over this. You'll also notice that skulk sensors have particles and sounds of its own. But if you waterlog one, you can see it's not making any sound. And that's useful because we don't want him to know where it is until he's right up on it. So we are going to be waterlogging a skulk sensor, topping it off with a shrieker, covering it up, and having a great time. What'll also be really fun is note blocks, especially a high-pitched note block, because humans have a very hard time pinpointing where a short, high-pitched sound comes from. One last, very special one. Welcome home, guys. This is where I'm going to be keeping, hopefully, most of my stuff, at least for a while. Ah, right. Okay, still haven't even finished explaining how this is supposed to work with the frames. So each box will have a designated barrel that goes with it, and we will be putting an item frame right on the barrel, and then an item will go in the frame. So the item will tell me what's going on inside the box, and I'll be able to access the box, get the stuff. If I need bulk of whatever's in this box, it will be in the barrel. I'll be using the armor stand mod to make these item frames invisible. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Oh, that's no good. So I guess I will not be making the item frames invisible for now. Curtis is actually working on some customization to that data pack. So I'm going to see if he can do something about this. You can see it when you push the button, but it goes away. So I guess for now, we're going to have it in a normal item frame. That totally sucks, actually, because that adds a lot more lag, having to render these frames. I really, really hope I don't have to call this the tunnel of lag. Because not only will it have a ton of frames, it's going to have a ton of items, and it's going to have a ton of shulker boxes. All of these are entities that need to get rendered. And we're going to have 48 times 8 times 3. That's a lot of entities. So there's a good chance I'm not going to be using all of these. I'll probably be adding some filler blocks in like that to create divider columns. Then if I ever need to, I'll come back and I'll move them around depending on how I want things organized. I have problems with commitment. Also, I just haven't put any thought into how I want to organize the stuff. I might save that for a stream and make you do it. I've also got an extra tool to help me deal with this. As you can see, I'm clicking right through the item frame, thanks to a mod called... Hey, I'm getting pillaged. No solicitors. This makes it so that the only way you can interact with an item frame is if you hold shift. Link for that and all my other mods are in my description. I'm not sure if I really explained earlier why we had to worry so much about quasi-connectivity. Some of that's just because it needed to be done to fit, but a lot of it was necessary so that adjacent cells wouldn't affect each other. Well, this storage is going to be great, but I'd still like to make some kind of proper house as well. I'll have to do that sometime soon. I'd also really like to get things rolling with the Phasmophobia and Minecraft project that I've got planned. I might start clearing out some ancient cities on stream too, so keep an eye out for that, as well as streams for more shopping district beautification. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. If you had a good time, please punch the like button. It really helps the channel. And if you put up with me for this long, you should probably subscribe if you haven't. Also, do not forget to watch out for Rusty finding his surprises. His link and all the other Hitchhikers are in my description, as well as our Discord. And I will see you next time on Hitchhikers SMP. This is Gort, signing out.